Now the bad news and the good news about part 1 is the good news is that there was really anything good news other than bad news. Clutch needed to be replaced. The rear main seal didn't go on properly. It started leaking oil. What else? It was just most of bad news going on part 1. And in part 2 they got fixed and now the car is ready to hit the streets again. Now on part 1, I remember that I finished off the video finishing off with the spacers, or putting on the spacers. That was the end of part 1. So this is how the car looks with spacers. Fronts are 25 millimeters, the rears are 35. I like how that looks. That gives you an idea on spacers. So this is a 35 millimeter on the back. Sticks out a little bit more when it's leveled out. We have some bromance going on over here. Okay guys, so just to give you a look here inside what happened, we installed the rear main seal and it started leaking. So where is the, right here, see that? Everything got covered in oil. Kind of hard to record under, but everything got covered in oil all the way to the rear side, so you can see the spots where it had major, now it's a major oil leak, but we're gonna have that fixed.
What did you say, Francisco? You don't forget who you are.
Are you recording or what? Hey. Yeah.
They're telling me to go out back at home. Who? It's dead.
Sí, eso.
Chicken go for you taste.
Ahí te voy. Date mejor, quédate. Me lo voy a poner spin. No, está pesado, mejor. ¿Dónde nos tiró?
Tiro de aquí.
Ahí. No está bien.
We already took out the transmissions. Transmissions right there. That's been taken out since yesterday. Today's Friday. What I removed is just the engine oil from the car, the lower oil pan. And then tomorrow we're gonna take out the upper oil pan, but we couldn't do anything today because we need a cherry picker. If you don't know what that is, it's a tool that you put inside the car right here. Of course, you have the hood up. You have the hood open, and that allows you to hold the engine, lift it out, or hold it in place. What we're gonna use it for is to hold it in place. So once we take out the cross member on the bottom, so that way we can drop it at least a little bit, and then lift the engine just a bit. So that way the actual upper oil pan does come down. We can do that today. I'm gonna see if I can get it from a friend tomorrow, and that's gonna help us a lot. Once that's done, we're gonna make sure that everything put a new gasket, or the gasket maker is put on, so it has brand new seals on it, since there's no seals for this upper and oil pan. They're completely made of the gaskets are completely made out of just gasket maker. I already had done this one before and never had a leak, never had a problem. So clean this off, put some new gasket maker on, and put it back all together. The main concern is to make sure that we get the gasket maker or the upper oil pan sealed properly, with the rear main seal sealed properly too. That's what's left to do on the car. So kind of stressed out, I wanted the car done soon, but can't do it. So that's it for today, guys. Tomorrow's another day working on the car. What's up, guy?
Este vino. Okay, ¿tienes shit? Este vino con el
Should be recording the meat on this. Rest of it.
Okay, so this is the clutch that I had. It was almost to the bolt. Still had some grip, but it's almost out. This is a new one, so if you put them side to side, you can see the difference, how much difference it is.
They're exactly the same one.
Yeah. This clutch is a stage 3. It's just a brand from eBay, but I like how it works. I like the clutch, especially how the condition of this one was. It was still biting. But with this one, I have to wait 500 miles to break it in, and then I should be able to floor it. But the pressure plate is right here. The old pressure plate, and this is a new pressure plate. Right. You can kind of tell a little bit just of the clutch dust and actual engine oil. That's what made this one really dirty. Yeah. So now what we're doing is just putting in a new bushing bearing in there, or a bearing bushing. I can't remember how it's called, but it's the bushing bearing, I think. That's getting installed right now. And now we're gonna go ahead and install the new clutch.
Oh, you got a new bushing.
So the car's getting ready to be taken out. All we gotta do is add water, do a flush on the radiator, and that's it. And then take out all the water from the flush, put the antifreeze on. Turn. Browski. Right there, that's good. Right. So the remote starter has been activated. The alarm seems to be working fine.